Easter eggs dyed with onion peels. So 1 bag of yellow onions, and this amount is enough to dye a lot of eggs. You can dye 8, 10 eggs. Here I have only 5. What else I will use? I will use parsley leaves for decoration, dill leaves, and rice. It's a longer grain white rice. Just regular, any rice you can use. And also, you see here, there are 1 stocking I bought, and I cut it into pieces to wrap the eggs. That's a very old way of decorating Easter eggs. My eggs should be hard-boiled before I start dyeing them, and it serves 2 purposes. First of all, I check which are cracked, so I just don't dye them. And second, if you when I was doing it with my children, I didn't worry about getting into mess, because even if they break the egg, it's just hard-boiled egg, very easy to clean. Onion peels will go into this pot. I will cover them with water and cook about an hour. I never cooked it less than an hour, so just simmer it, bring it to boil and simmer for 1 hour. I will keep doing it. And these onions, peeled onions, I usually keep in the container in my refrigerator and use them for cooking, as usually I do. So make sure your eggs are room temperature before start boiling them. Hard-boiled eggs, I will cook them, and then I will rinse them. Don't forget to rinse cooked eggs under cold water. If you skip that step, then it will be very difficult to peel the egg. Added water enough to cover them when I press them down with my hand, all onion peels. I'm going to bring it to boil and then simmer for 1 hour, or even longer. It depends how dark color you want. Longer you simmer, the darker the color will be. But I never did more than 2 hours, to be honest. Onion peels simmered for 1 hour, and see the color? It is very dark. I forgot to warn earlier not to use enamel covered pots, because enamel covered pots will get stained from this, so make sure it's stainless steel. Dye is ready. Dye is ready. Now it's time to prepare eggs. They are all hard boiled, so I'll show you. So they're hard boiled eggs. I dry them, and now so here I have stocking and thread. I will cut thread just a little, that kind of size and that length. And now I'll take 1 parsley leaf, make it wet, and place it over egg. Now I will cover it with stocking, piece of stocking, and stretch it as much as I can. Just it has to be very, very stretched. And collect the ends on the other side of the egg. Really tight. And now I'll take a thread and pull it around, just like that. And another end as well. And because egg is already hard boiled, I don't worry about breaking it. So children like doing it. Now for longer grain rice, to cover it, eggs better to be wet, so do not dry it. Now I will cover that, roll it. I will roll egg in rice. It doesn't matter. Of course, the rice will move, and after I cover it with the stocking, I will distribute the rice. And now I will redistribute the rice inside the stocking. Deal, wet it, and it will be easier to distribute any way you want. Just like that, or anywhere. This is just up to your imagination. Never remove onion peels because they make a nice bedding for eggs. This is still hot. But eggs, of course, they should be covered with a dye. So I will add little more water. And the time of boiling depends how dark you want them to become. So here I will add little more water to make sure they are completely covered. Add 1 tablespoon of white wine vinegar in here, and this goes back on the stove. Again, I will bring it to boil and then simmer maybe 15-20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, depends on the color of the egg. So here is a parsley leaf I opened. This is a dill leaf I opened already. Oops. Now another parsley leaf. Will open like that. And of course where the connection was, it's a little bit less dye. Here it is. Parsley. Another parsley. See, each leaf is a little different. And rice. See how rice worked out? So of course rice, I will even wash it under cold water now. The egg with the rice grains, and this is how it looks. But this is not all. Now one more step to make them shiny. I'm using cotton round, regular, and any oil. And now I'm going to smear it over, and eggs will be beautiful and shiny. My mother always used oil. And beautiful Easter eggs are ready. It's a great fun to make, and a very interesting once a year craft project to do with children. So here they are. So this is how it looks with a dill leaf. It all depends how you will arrange it. And this is with a parsley leaf, and this is with the rice grains. And here is another one. So arrange them on some plate or a basket with the flowers, with some greens. It's just use your imagination. Let children do that. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.